So, Stephanie White is the coach of the Indiana Fever. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about what Stephanie White has said to, Caitlin Clark. And, well, not to Caitlin Clark. Maybe, obviously what she said to her. But what she has also said about her and how she thinks Caitlin Clark can lead this team to multiple WNBA championships. And to be fair, like, I'm not going to complain too much about this. And, like, this is so different than, if you guys, again, don't remember, with Christy Sides, the first thing Christy Sides did was tell Caitlin Clark, you take too many 3-point shots. You need to shoot more long twos. You need to pass the ball quicker. When you have the ball in your hands, you need it out of your hands in 0.5 seconds, either a pass or a shot. She thought Caitlin Clark was an off-the-ball spot-up shooting guard. And she thought, by people saying Caitlin needs to get more looks, she thought that the only way she thought she could get a look to Caitlin, who was being denied, was via pin downs. Not using really Caitlin Clark too much as a screener, just through pin downs. No cutting, nothing. But it says here, Stephanie White has one rule for how Caitlin Clark can lead the Indiana Fever to WNBA title. So this is from Mohammed Ahmed for TalkSport, US sports contributor. Cool. Not a fan of... nothing against this guy. Not a fan of anyone I've ever met from TalkSport, though. Just bad interactions in my 2K days. But Stephanie White's words of advice for superstar Caitlin Clark can pave the way for a season of success. Newly appointed as head coach of the Fever, White's preparing to take charge of her ambitions next season are clear. Clark, who was named as Athlete of the Year to sell her debut season, the 22-year-old swept up awards. She was voted for Rookie of the Year alongside setting single-season, single-game assists, record for assist, and setting a new rookie scoring record and being the first rookie to achieve a triple-double. Also the second rookie to do it. Fever reached the playoffs, and the fact that this is Caitlin Clark's greatest achievement last year. I was going to tweet this out, and I'm going to say this. Caitlin Clark's greatest achievement was in fact not. Was not breaking a scoring record. It was winning Christy Sides a Coach of the Month. And that was the worst thing that could have ever happened. Because Christy Sides thought that she won Coach of the Month. Caitlin Clark was Coach of the Month. And then we saw Sides ball again. We saw Caitlin Clark shooting guard. We saw Caitlin go stand in the corner in the playoffs. We saw Caitlin, you've been responsible for 18 of our team's first 20 points. So therefore, we're taking the ball out of your hands. Because there, White has made it clear what she expects of Clark in her bid to become champions. She's adjusted really quickly, unbelievably quickly, and now to becoming not just a great player, but a great leader for this team. So we can not just win a championship, but championships. Says here in our first conversations, great player and a high IQ player. My first conversation with her the other day is about X's and O's. And how do you want to improve? Then we'll talk about how we want to do it. Then I talk about how we can use her and how we can help her be more efficient and more effective in general. And just being there to help her navigate some of the things she's navigating is something I'm happy to be able to do. I don't think any one of us can understand she goes through on a daily basis. Completely fair. She carries a heavy load with our league and her abilities and her popularity. She's like Taylor Swift 2.0. Taylor Swift's going to be at a game, which is going to be crazy. So just being someone who's been a player in the league, someone who's navigated some of the things, not all the things, but some of the things she's going through, and being a resource for her will be helpful. And I don't think, this is an interview from a while ago. This isn't recent. And I've actually, I have a list of videos. And it's always I always had a list of 5 or 6 things that was you know what, throughout December, if I don't have any video for today, this is what I'm going to talk about. Then I just got sick. Had pneumonia again. And basically, that video just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. This was probably maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. Yeah, so that's the great thing, especially when we're talking about what happened with Christy Sides. And look, I don't think Christy Sides is a bad person. I don't think she's a bad assistant coach. I think she did a really, really good job of some stuff off the floor. I think she was one of the worst professional basketball coaches I think I've ever seen. And to be fair, I've seen a lot of really bad pro coaches. It happens. It happens. There are a lot of professional basketball coaches that are poor and are really, really poor. And there are a lot of good amateur coaches. But especially depending on where you are in Europe, like you can find a poor coach from some countries, from, for example, like a Serbia, willing to go over and coach in like a low league in like England or Ireland, or maybe second or third tier in Iceland, and you're not going to be a great coach, but somebody who's working a 9 to 5 that could be a really good coach as an amateur in Serbia. But yeah, so I do think Stephanie White is a good coach for the Fever. Look, I don't know if she's quite as good a coach as people are suggesting, because like she took Kurt Miller's team. She took a team that Kurt Miller got to the finals the year before, and yes, she lost Jonquel Jones. Never made it back to the finals. At the same time, like they were there for the help for Dejanay Carrington getting help, or say improving. Like Bree Jones did come back in 2024. To be fair, actually, she lost Bree Jones and Jonquel Jones, and still got the team to the semi-final. So they didn't lose too much, but like her record is the same as Kurt Miller's, and a lot of people were saying Kurt Miller shouldn't have been a coach in the WNBA. But at the same time, look, I think Stephanie White said all the right things. We won't know until she ends up coaching. We won't know until the first game against Chicago Sky. We'll know pretty quickly. I think we'll know in the first 7 or 8 offensive possessions what they're all about. Genuinely. I think we'll know in the first 7 or 8 offensive possessions what the Indiana Fever are going to be all about next year. And I think that it's going to be a very fun game watching them against Chicago Sky. But to be fair, in the meantime, we have all of Unrivaled. We've got the NCAA tournament, and yeah, we've got a lot of basketball to be played over the next year or so. What am I talking about over the next year? So over the next 4 or so months, 3 months. 3 months from today, everything will be done. We'll be getting ready for the WNBA draft. So 3 months ago was the WNBA. I think 3 months ago, the 6th of October, what was it, like game 4 of the New York Liberty versus Aces or something? Like we were almost in the finals. It was like mid-October when I went over to Minnesota to watch game 4, game 3. I think it was 3 when Sabrina Ionescu hit the step back. But yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And yeah, it is going to be a fun season watching this Fever team playing, and it's going to be very fun to see who they get in free agency, considering you can start the core players in the next couple of weeks. But anyway, I'll see you guys.